I'm sure you have all heard of the famous mathematician and scientist Isaac Newton. He is well known for his many discoveries. One of the main ones are his 3 laws of motion. The first law of motion is the law of inertia, which means an object in motion stays in motion and an object at rest stays at rest with the same speed and direction unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. Although Newton discovered his laws of motion in the 1600s, we still experience them today. For example, when I'm standing, I'm at rest, but when I start walking in a certain direction, I have constant speed. However, if I'm hit by an unbalanced force, this causes both my speed and direction to change. In this way, we can see how Newton's first law is applied in our daily life. Newton's second law takes the form of an equation, but it is as equally applicable. The law states that acceleration is produced when a force acts on a mass. So what is force? Force is a push or pull upon an object when it interacts with another object, and mass is defined as the amount of matter or stuff in an object. For example, if you take a box, you will notice that it is taking up a certain amount of space in the room. That space is the mass of an object. Acceleration is defined as the rate at which an object moves in a certain direction over a period of time. So when you put force, mass, and acceleration together, this gives us Newton's second law. Force equals mass times acceleration. We can observe Newton's second law in many aspects of our daily life. For example, last week my sister and I went bowling. She used a ball with the lighter mass while I used a ball with the heavier mass. We both bowled at the same acceleration. But the force resulted in me winning due to my ball having a greater mass. This shows that mass and acceleration are directly proportional to force. When either increases, the force also increases. Newton's third law is probably the most popular. It states that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. This simply means that whenever an object pushes another object, it gets pushed back in the opposite direction equally hard. You have probably experienced this law ever since you were a child, playing with slingshots made from rubber bands. When I pull the rubber band back slightly and let go, the object will release with the same and equal amount of force on the paper, making that paper go a shorter distance. However, if I were to increase the force on the rubber band, this would cause an equal reaction as stated in the law on the paper, causing it to go further. As you can see, Newton was, is, and always will be one of the greatest scientists of our time. His laws are important because they affect almost everything in our daily life.